Hey everyone, it's your friend Think Noodles, and welcome to Ask Think for Monday, February 23rd, 2015. And we're just gonna get right into it because it's a gloomy morning here, and I just want to get into your questions. So, well, actually, your answers, because last week I asked you guys, what's your favorite snack and why? I mean, other than it tastes good, if you had something interesting. So we'll start with Jeffrey Ifa, and he said his favorite snack is fruit roll-ups because they're fruit roll-ups. And because they're fruit roll-ups, because they're fruit, rolled up fruit, they're kind of healthy, but I like them because they're tasty every time I grab one. It's hard to put it down, and that's true. And I cannot recall the last time I've had a fruit roll-up, but I still remember, peeling that plastic off the back, the noise that it makes, and that feedback that you get when you're pulling them apart. I just will never forget that. Melissa Berta says her favorite snack is hot Cheetos because her sister can't eat them, and then she rubs it in her face and annoys her. Sorry, I don't know how to spell. I think you spelled pretty much everything correctly, but well, except for face, I guess, because you put phase. Unless you do rub it in her face, and I'm not really sure what that is. But I've never had hot Cheetos. I remember, gosh, it was like maybe 2 years ago. They had said that there was like a chemical or flavor in it that made it addictive to kids, or actually to anyone. And they were thinking about, like, at least here in New York, they were thinking about putting some sort of regulation on it. And I don't know, maybe even banning it. I don't know, but I remember that my wife's dad was like, "Oh, did you hear they're getting rid of hot Cheetos?" And not that he's ever eaten them before, but he went and bought like 10 bags of it just in case, because not that he really liked them, although it turned out he did. He'd never had them before, but he was just worried he wouldn't be able to get them in the event that he would ever want them. Alpha Wolf says they love seaweed, lychee jelly, and Pocky sticks. They're all Japanese and so delicious. And I've had all of those. I'm not a huge fan of lychee jelly, but Pocky, of course. And now seaweed, I don't know if it's necessarily Japanese. I know that there are Japanese. So what I'm thinking about is a friend of ours is Korean, and he came back from Korea and he brought me this box of the seaweed. It's like fried seaweed. If you guys don't know, it's like flat, crispy seaweed, really thin. But his was flavored. I think it was like a spicy kimchi flavor, which is why I'm assuming that it was Korean. But I don't really know. But it was so good, and no seaweed packet has ever approached that deliciousness ever for me again. I want him to just come back from Korea to visit us so he can bring me those. Danny Tajam says his favorite snack is pistachios. I love pistachios. I remember, and I wonder if you like the white ones or the red ones, because sometimes they dye them red. And I remember eating a lot of those. I don't know if they do that anymore. Handle Wolf Girl says she couldn't decide. Favorite snack is Doritos. No wait, Oreos. No wait, cupcakes. No wait, ice cream. No wait, chocolate. One of these. Expo Ski Girl 6 said her favorite snacks are apples and chocolate pudding. Number one, not like I'm a person who eats fruits and veggies. I just like apples. And number two, it tastes so good. This is why everyone loves chocolate. Now, do you mean like you dip the apples in the chocolate pudding? Because I think that could be really, really good. Missy Sharp says, hands down, mine is Cheerios. Just regular Cheerios. So good because they're healthy for your heart and they taste good for her. And they're healthier than Honey Nut Cheerios. And that's true because they don't have sugar on them. And, sometimes that's really, you'll be sitting there in the afternoon and Cheerios are a great snack because they got just I don't know if it's really sweetness, but they've just got this really, really mild flavor. Really good. Andrew Gordon says his favorite snack is probably Auntie Anne's pretzels, especially the pepperoni pizza ones. And I've never had a pepperoni pizza one. Usually when we go to Auntie Anne's, we're pretty boring and we just get the regular pretzel. Or sometimes we'll get the cinnamon sugar one, but usually we just get a regular pretzel with salt on it. Haley131313 says, my favorite snack. That's easy. For my favorite snack, I will get a whole fresh apple, cut it into slices, put it on a paper plate. Then peanut butter and Nutella, and scoop it with a spoon into a little bowl, then dip the apples in the peanut butter and Nutella. It's really good and tastes like a candy apple, but much healthier with Nutella. And I'm not kidding because I'm eating it right now, and that is awesome. I actually just bought a new jar of Nutella yesterday and dipped some strawberries in it. in the afternoon. So I'm gonna try this because we do have peanut butter, of course. And I'm gonna mix those together and try that today. That sounds really good. Real super awesome H says, well, my favorite snack is probably Tim Tams. I love the caramel and coconut one. It's just so yummy. I also love how the chocolate melts in your mouth. Tim Tams for life. Bring them over here. That's not fair. So Tim Tams are, I think they're Australian. I don't think that they have them in England. They might, but I'm pretty sure it's an Australian candy bar or snack. And I've never had one, but anyone I know that is Australian swears by them. And I've never had one, and I want one. So the most popular one that came to light was Doritos. I mean, there were so many different ones that everyone chose, but Doritos seemed to be the most popular of all. Doritos, and all of that stuff. And someone puts Doritos and cheese together, and another person likes Cool Ranch Doritos the best. And you know, I've not really tried the other flavors like, you know, hot, spicy, you know, Tabasco Doritos or anything like that. But if I had to pick my favorite Dorito, it would be Cool Ranch as well. Hammy Bear says, favorite snack? Hold on, let me ask my for some Doritos. Mom, I think? Oh, we're out. I'm gonna go buy some. They don't have Doritos. Well, my favorite snack is Mallow Mars. And I didn't know what those were until I moved to the East Coast. But they're like, basically, I guess, I think there's a little, like maybe a little graham cracker crust on the bottom. I'm not sure about that. Could be wrong about that. I haven't had one in a while. But it's really just like marshmallow, the inside of a marshmallow, but the outside is covered in chocolate. Star Rocks chose something healthy, which is jicama, and it's her favorite snack because she had it in 2nd grade, and I loved it ever since. And my sister loves jicama. Raymond Pham said his favorite is durian, if you know what it is. And living in Indonesia, I definitely know what durian is and what it smells like. Swing Shoot Liv says, I think my favorite snack is Pirate's Booty because it reminds me of when she was a baby because she ate it all the time. She always gets the jumbo bags at Sam's. Yummy. By the way, it's not pirate butt. That's what my friends say. And I'm like, shush up. Booty means treasure. Duh. My wife likes Pirate's Booty as well. Tanya G says my favorite snacks are stuff like candy, like Sour Patch Kids, M&M's, Skittles and stuff, and salty foods like nachos, goldfish, saltines and stuff, and drinks, which aren't really snacks, but I wanted to add drinks in there like juice, milk. So pretty much everything. But, you know, one thing about Sour Patch Kids for me is whenever I get the box at the movie theater, right? My wife doesn't eat the, you know, she'll go and buy the candy. Okay, get Sour Patch Kids, get Milk Duds, get this, get that. So she comes back with all this candy, right? And then she eats like 3 of them. And then I eat all the rest. And, you know, she's not helping me out and it's there. So, of course, I'm going to eat it, right? I mean, you're not going to just not eat it like, oh, I'm full. No, you don't get full from candy. So she doesn't eat much of it. And then I end up finishing the boxes. And, you know, it almost happens every time with the Sour Patch Kids. Because what I like to do with the Sour Patch Kid is put it in my mouth and leave it on my tongue and let the sour part really sink in. And it like burns a hole in your tongue. Have you ever had that happen? Allison Alfredson says their favorite snack is Cheez-Its, but her family doesn't buy them anymore because of most palm oil farms are in areas where they illegally cut down the rainforest. And I didn't know that. Toby really loves Cheez-Its, especially the white cheddar ones. And whenever we have Cheez-Its in the house, I call her Cheez-It. I'm like, Cheez-It, come here. She just loves them when she sees the box come out. Jelly Jammer says their favorite snack is jelly. No peanut butter, no bread, just plain jelly. And then a couple of people said that their favorite snacks are goldfish. And I gotta say, me too. If I had to choose of all, goldfish are my favorite snacks. Because it's, you know, and I always try and buy a smaller bag because if I go buy the big box at Costco, I will just eat them nonstop all day long. I cannot stop eating them. And it's kind of like the Sour Patch Kids because I do the same sort of thing and I put the salt side on my tongue and it starts to really like burn a hole in your taste buds. Josh Todd said his favorite snack is goldfish as well, but not the cracker, the animal. Sebastian Mueller says his favorite snack is my arm because it's juicy. All right, and the Waffle Man set 42 says his favorite snack is the kind he eats. He really likes the snacks that he eats because, wait, I'm not doing that again. Anyway, his favorite snack is Nutella flavored chips and a taco with jelly beans, chocolate frosting, and Fruit Loops. I feel like you can imagine my mornings, and oh my goodness, this guy loves the sugar. Aiden Kenny says his favorite snack is YouTuber's Delight. Want to come over to my house at 7:29? Why 7:29? Because nobody would expect someone to go missing at 7:29. Wait. Forget I said that. Finally, the next person just says banana. Thank you, Kevin, for your favorite snack. And for next week's question, guys, it comes to us from Alvaro Villarreal, and it says, did you have any fears as a child? Clowns, ghosts, etc. And I think he meant that for me specifically, but I think this is a good one to ask you guys as well, because, you know, you guys are that age and stuff. But yeah, I can definitely think of some fears that I had as a child. But don't put Five Nights at Freddy's or anything like that. You know, like, because I know that's going to come up a lot. So just don't put that one. Put other stuff. Now, before we get to the questions from me, don't forget to put your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. Now, remember, only one question per comment, but you can leave as many comments as you like. Also, if the comments on this Ask Think are closed, go to the most recent Ask Think and ask your question there. Now on to the questions, and this is sort of a continuation from the snack part. Edward Cullen LPS says, hey Think, have you ever tried putting Doritos in a fire? If you haven't, then you should, because they have so many calories when you put it in it. It creates colors in the fire. It's so cool. That sounds really, really dangerous, but also kind of awesome. So I'm going to say right now, guys, don't take this as advice or anything you guys should do. It's not something I'm going to do. I'm going to probably look it up on YouTube or something and see somebody else do it on video, but I'm not lighting chips on fire, guys. Club Penguin Post says, you should change your icon from Minecraft to something else new now that you play other games like Sims 4, Clash, and other games you've played like Spore, Pop Tropica, etc. You know, I don't know. I'm just used to that icon, and it just kind of, because even even in The Sims, I made my Sims character kind of look like the person version of that avatar. I guess Pop Tropica obviously is different, but I don't know. It's just kind of stuck. I mean, maybe one day I'll actually figure out a logo that is me, you know, like kind of like Dan's TDM with the diamond. I mean, that's really, really obviously him and stuff, and that can work. Just now I don't have anything like that. Widger says, next time your sister visits you, can you try and get her to do an Ask Think with you? I can try. I'm not sure she would be up for that. Maybe she would. She probably would. But she doesn't visit very often. Nova Cat asks, did you celebrate Chinese New Year since your wife is Chinese? Yes. Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, I got red envelopes, if that counts. No, but we did go out for dinner with her family and stuff for Chinese New Year, but not on Chinese New Year because my wife was working, so she couldn't. But the next day we did. Chris Jerzewski says, why are you doing Sims 4? It's rated T for teen. Well, I mean, I don't pay a lot of attention to the ratings. I mean, yeah, okay, you know, something like Grand Theft Auto, where the entire point of the game is to like kill people and do bad things. There's really no way to spin that into something family friendly, right? However, The Sims 4, a lot of the stuff is fun. It's family friendly. You can keep it family friendly. I mean, there are some elements to it that aren't as family friendly as one might like, but I can make it work, and that's why I'm doing it. Also because everybody has wanted me to do it for a long time, and I feel like I can do it appropriately and family friendly for my channel. Speaking of Sims 4, Isiana C says, what days are you going to play Sims 4? Thursdays, and only Thursdays. It's going to be a weekly series. I mean, if I were to make it 2 times a week, I'd continue running into the problem where I just have too many series on too many days, and you know, it's 2 to 3 videos a day. And that's hard for you guys to keep up with, and that's really hard for me to keep up with as well. EastVoid23192 says, if you and your wife had twins, would you name them Dave and Kevin like in The Sims? Well, truthfully, my wife actually does, when we have children, want to have twins. She kind of wants to have one boy, one girl, and just say, okay, that's it, one pregnancy and one birth, and that's it, we got the 2 kids. But I mean, if they were 2 boys, well, I'll put it this way. I think when we would start talking about names, that's the first thing that would come out of my mouth, and it would be immediately shot down by my wife. Big Max Porter says, hey, have you ever had Mac Keeper on your Mac? Is it legit? I think I have a virus and I'm kind of worried, so can you help? I don't think it's legit. If you want to try a virus software, you're going to want to go with more reputable companies like Norton or something like that. I don't have any antivirus protection on my Mac because you don't really need it. I mean, I've really not run into many issues at all ever. But I think Mac Keeper is almost a virus itself. So please, please, please stay away from it. Cartoony Dave asks, do you fear of running out of original Ask Think questions? Not really. I mean, you guys always come up with interesting and unique questions, and I'm not really worried about that, other than the fact that the comments keep disappearing. So guys, again, and this worked pretty well for this Ask Think. So please keep liking each other's questions and answers and all of that stuff. Really, really did help me find some more questions this time. Sky M asks, does anybody else think Justin's Wanda voice sounds like Dory's impression of the whale in Finding Nemo? Well, of course it does. We were both speaking whale. I mean, that's how you speak whale. Smiley Freak asks, while playing Pop Tropica, do you pay attention to the information the random people would tell you? Yes. I mean, if you watch The Road to Captain Think Noodles, which is the first time I play it through, I pay attention to everything everyone says. I try and experience the island as it's supposed to be. Also, I'm trying to go fast because I do want a good finish, but I also like to experience the whole story when I do it. I could race through it by every person I talk to click the third option and know that that's what I'm supposed to do, and they tell me what to do. But, that's not really a good way to enjoy the island in its entirety. So yeah, I do. Minecraft Epicness 78 says, hey, Think for Clash of Clans, how did you get a lot of money when you were at Town Hall 5? I really want to get my walls upgraded so I can start saving up for TH6. The best way to get money at any Town Hall level is by farming. And that just means build up a bunch of troops, go and, fight other people in multiplayer, attack other bases, and try and get as much loot as you can. That's going to be a lot faster than waiting for your collectors and your gold mines to give you resources. DMD asks, Think, did you make your wife's skin? No, I didn't. I saw it on a server and I actually cannot remember. I almost can remember the user's name that had it, the first one. It's just right on the tip of my brain, I guess. But it was a fan that had made it, and I said I really, really loved it, and then they tweeted me a picture of the skin file, and then I added it to my website. The next couple of people ask, in the ThinkSlab swimming one, did you get all magic comes with a price from Once Upon a Time? And yes, I think that's the most common phrase they say on that show, and I do like that show. It hasn't been on in a while. But anyway, yeah, that was because I was doing the thing and I was like, I was thinking Little Mermaid and stuff, and then we did I made him change me, and then I was like, I should go, hey, use magic, so it's got to come with some sort of price. So that was the price, and yeah, that is where I got it. The Blammo thing says, hi, who does the voice for the minions in ThinkSlab? I do. Now, what I do is I say whatever needs to be said, or laugh the way it needs to laugh, or or whatever, and then I go and alter the pitch and tempo of what I've just said until it sounds like a minion. Aviv at Moni Pearl says, hey, Think Crazycraft 3 is coming out. Are you considered to play it after you play a bunch of other mod packs? Well, here's the thing. So I saw this comment. I was like, whoa, really? That's awesome. So I did a little search, and they announced that Crazycraft 3 was coming out soon, quote unquote, back in, I think it was October or November. So it's been about 4 months. So I'm thinking that they're not really working on it, or it's really not coming out soon, or what have you. We'll see, but I don't have high hopes. Ankle Support asks, how different do you think the Noodle Planet would be if you didn't get advice from the noodlers? Very. There are so many suggestions, little ones and big ones, that I take from you guys and ideas that I get. Even if it's not a direct suggestion, you guys will say something that I'll read it and it'll spark something else in my mind, you know, and an idea in my mind. So it definitely wouldn't be as fun and creative if it weren't for you guys. Jupiter the Myth says, what's your favorite build on your survival Let's Play? Ooh, that's actually really, really tough. So I would get right now, currently, I think it's the ship. That thing is looking so good, so real. It's taking me a long time to, it's because I want it to be perfect and I have to think about every detail that I put into it. And yeah, so far, I think that's my favorite. XX Cattastical XX says, think in your Think Slab videos that you have your wife, and how come she's a custom NPC sometimes? Actually, almost always. Because my wife works a lot. She's always at work, and she's never home to actually play with me. So if you ever see, I mean, I'd say, I'm trying to remember a Think Slab that she, okay, so the only Think Slab I think she's ever controlled a character in herself was the racing one where Kevin and I were racing cars, where I taught him how to drive. Other than that, every time you see her, it's either me controlling her character or a custom NPC. Even if her voice is there and stuff, that's added afterward. And it's just because she's busy. Widger asks, am I the only one who thinks when Think does the minion gender announcement, he sounds like an obstetrician? It's a girl or it's a boy. Seeing as it only got one upvote, I think you might be the only one. I don't really say it like that. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Ask Think. Don't forget to leave your question in the comments below so I can have something to answer next week. I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching, and of course, Noodle on!